Now we are going to do reflexive pronouns. Now, when we say reflexive pronoun is used to show the effect of the action done by the subject itself. Now, reflexive pronoun is always used when the action is done by the subject only. Subject is the only one who is doing that action. I have already taught you which in a sentence, which word is taken to be as a subject. Now see, there are few singular and plural words. When I say singular, the subjects are going to be I, you, he, she, it. When I say plural, the subjects can be we, your, they. But please remember one thing, whenever we talk about reflexive pronoun, reflexive always come up with the word which is going to get added to it is self. Myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself. See, in all the singular reflexive pronoun words I have added self. But when we talk about a plural reflexive one, we may say ourselves, yourselves, themselves. You can see VES, VES, VES. So always remember, reflexive pronouns always get added to the singular words, and the word which get added over there is self. We talk about plural, selves in all. Anyone who have not understood, please raise your hand. Okay, yes, Stuti. Tell me, Stuti, just unmute and tell me what you have not understood.
I have not understood reflexive pronoun.
Okay. Okay. You know what is subject?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, beta, the only thing is, now when I say my, the word my is I'm talking about many or only one? Tell me. Stuti, unmute. When I'm
Yes, ma'am.
when I'm using the word my.
Yes, ma'am.
This my I'm using for singular one or plural?
Singular.
Singular. When I am saying your, only your. So I'm using this for singular or plural?
Singular.
For this particular one, singular. If I am saying him, singular or plural?
Singular.
Okay. Sneha, when I am saying her, am I using singular or plural?
Ma'am, singular.
And it?
Ma'am, singular.
Okay. Now, whenever we talk about singular reflexive pronouns, we always see there is self, S-E-L-F. You can see in all the words, reflexive itself means we are going to use this word self over there after all the pronoun words. But you have to see whether the word like my, your, him, her, it is used for singular or plural. This thing you need to think about. Like just now when I asked my is used for singular, plural, Suti said singular. When I asked Neha, her is used for singular, plural, she said singular. So please don't add VES to the word self. It's only going to be herself. I'm talking about one. Now, Navya, when I'm talking about our, so it is singular or plural?
Plural.
Plural. Now, in the next sentence, the next word which I have come up with, yourselves. So over here, when I'm saying yourselves, am I talking about singular or plural?
Plural.
Plural. Them, singular or plural?
Plural.
Plural. So see, whenever we talk about plural, the self will change to selves. VES will get added to it. We all have done this, na? Singular, plural noun. Remove F, add VES. Remember? So same thing goes with this even. The difference, you see, in singular, F is not going to get removed. But in plural, F is going to get removed and you are going to add VES. Reflexive means that you are going to add SELF to the singular and plural pronoun words. Am I clear now? Stuti, Sneha, it's clear or still not? I'll come to Navya.
Means we will add self to you like that.
We will add self to these words. My, your. Can I say I self? Can I say this? No.
No,
No.
ma'am.
You self. Can I say this? No. These are just for example, like just to make you aware that what is subject.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah, tell me.
ma'am, I understood that, but your voice is very low.
My voice is low. Suti, earphone or headphone? Okay. Use better. Yeah, because I'm speaking very loudly. Yeah, Sneha,
Mama, I have a question.
tell me.
Ma'am, if we don't know that the person is he or she, so ma'am, what we will use?
That completely depends on the subject. Like if we don't know the person is he or she, then obviously we can't come up with the word self after that. If I don't know who is the person, so will I be able to understand whether I need to add whether it's I'm talking about one or whether I'm talking about many?
Ma'am,
I 1 minute, please. If you want to say anything, raise your hand. So Sneha, normally there are some specification, there are some rules to all the pronouns, okay? So whenever we talk about reflexive pronoun, there are words we need to add to it. Okay. I'll show you example. Let me go to next slide. I'll show you example. Okay, who has unmuted? Why so much of background sound is there? Yeah, Navya, tell me now.
ma'am, why do we add self only?
Because this is a rule. And this rule goes only with reflexive. We will come, I'll show you emphatic even. There is one emphatic even that also have self. But how will you differentiate between the two? You may think, ma'am, in both the things self is there. So how may I differentiate? I'll show you that also. But please remember, whenever you come across reflexive pronoun, it's compulsory for you to add self or selves. That you need to understand whether the word which is being used over there is singular or plural.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, if we say ourselves, it's correct or not?
Yeah, see over there. Ourselves, it's written over there.
No, ma'am, ourselves.
Ourself, F.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
No, always go with ourselves. Okay. Yes, Leelakan, tell me.
Ma'am, there is no rename option here.
Acha, theek hai, leave then. Next time, beta, try to write your name over there, okay? Yes, Tuti, you have question?
Ma'am, only these words we will add self.
I'll show you. Mainly these are the ones. If there are more, you'll come across. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, yeah. Leela, can just lower your hand, please. Now look here. I hurt myself. Now over here, when you remember when we have done this, the very first line, action done by the subject itself. Now the subject itself. So these are all the subject, my, your, him, her, it. All these are taken to be their subject. I'm adding self to it to make it reflexive. So over here, when I say, I hurt myself. So in this particular one, the subject is I, which is going for myself. And who hurt? Who got hurt? That particular subject only, that particular person only. I hurt myself. He only hurt himself. So the action is done by the subject itself only. We defended ourselves brilliantly. Now see, we again is taken to be there as a subject, and ourself is related to the subject only. But what we did, we defended ourselves. So this action was done by the subject itself. The subject tried to defend themselves, isn't it so? John talks to himself when he is nervous. Now again, John is taken to be there as a subject, and who is doing this action? John itself is doing this action. So see, in all the words like myself, ourselves, himself, all these we have used self over there because we are talking about reflexive pronoun. In the first example, reflexive pronoun is myself, which refers to the subject I. In the second example, reflexive pronoun is ourselves, which refers back to the subject. And when we talk about the third sentence, John, in third sentence, himself refers to John. So John is a subject over there. So always remember, whenever you come across reflexive pronoun, please remember one thing, that the action is done by the subject itself only. Okay, and you will use the word self. I want all of you to just put your legs down because this is a online class. So everyone can see how you all are sitting. Now remember, reflexive pronoun reflects back on the subject like a mirror. Now maybe there is a, when I'm saying that I'm a subject, I did something. So that action is done by me. Now, you know, mirror, you all know mirror, what it is. Yeah. You all see yourself in mirror even. So when you see yourself in mirror, what happened? You can see yourself only. So in the same way, when we talk about reflexive pronouns are the ones where the action is done by the subject itself. The action is done by the subject. Subject is the only one who's doing that action. So that means that action is reflecting back to the subject only, that he did this. Clear? Yes, Leelakan?
Ma'am, you are saying on Thursday you will give Saturday test.
So I didn't finish with pronoun, beta. Let me finish, then I'll give you test. Na? First, I need to explain you. Na? Okay? Okay. Now, anyone have any questions so far? Yeah, Charvi?
What is meaning of nervous?
Nervous? Nervous means very upset. John talked to himself when he's nervous, like when he's very upset about something. What happened during exam time, when you need to go and give exam, what happened? You become very tense now, very nervous now, how my exam is going to be, whether I'll be able to answer the question or not. So that is said to be nervousness. When you're very much tense about something. Okay? Okay. Now, beta, someone has unmuted. Please mute yourself. If you want to ask, just raise your hand. Now look here. Emphatic pronoun. Emphatic pronouns are also said to be intensive pronoun. Now, I said to you two slides back only, like there is reflexive pronoun, there is emphatic pronoun. Please don't get yourself confused. I'll tell you the difference. But remember one thing, in both reflexive and emphatic pronoun, you are going to use the word self or selves. But there are differences. When you will think that the sentence is emphatic, when you will think that the sentence is reflexive. I'll tell you when it is going to be. First, let us discuss this. We use the emphatic pronoun in a sentence to refer back to the noun, which is the subject of the sentence, in order to emphasize it. Now, again, when we are talking about emphatic pronoun, we are referring back to noun. So when we talk about noun, noun is what? It's a subject of the sentence, right? For example, you see, she herself went there. Now, you can see subject and the word which is having self is together. They are together. Immediately after the subject only, the pronoun word is being used. So in this case, this herself is a emphatic pronoun. But when we talk about reflexive, look here. I hurt myself. I hurt myself. So, sorry. I hurt myself. So see, subject and myself, there is a verb between that. Whenever there is a verb between subject and any word, any pronoun word which is having the word self to it, that is reflexive. When the sentence, when the subject and pronoun words along with self is together, immediately after the subject, herself, himself, ourselves, yourself, all these are being used, then you will understand, oh, this is emphatic. Look here, the difference I have come up with. Reflexive pronoun after the verb. He hurts himself. So the subject, after that there is a verb. After that there is a pronoun word along with the word self, himself. So please remember, whenever there is a reflexive pronoun, first there is going to be a subject, then there is going to be a verb, and then you will come up with the pronoun word. Himself, herself, like these. Now, when I talk about emphatic pronoun, after the subject, now see, she herself went there. So immediately after the subject only, the pronoun word is used. So see the difference. Now what I want, I'm not going to answer right now any question. First, I want all of you to go through these two differences nicely first. I'll come to you, Stuti. First, you go through the sentence nicely. Go through. After going through the sentence, still if you have question, you will ask me. And if I find anyone looking here and there, and then you'll come up, ma'am, I have not understood. Sorry, I'm not going to explain again. If you're paying attention, then you're not understanding, fine. But if you're looking here and there, smiling, talking, then don't expect me to explain again, please. Please don't drink or eat during the class. Anyone have still any question? Anyone who have not understood still the reflexive or emphatic pronoun?
Ma'am, understood.
Yeah. I'll come to you, Navya. Yeah, tell me, Navya.
Ma'am, I've understood.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have not understood.
Yeah, Navya.
Ma'am, I also don't understood
One minute.
pronoun.
Navya, when I was explaining better, you were looking here and there, talking, smiling, drinking, whatever you're doing. So every time it's not possible, na? Like if you're busy somewhere else and you're expecting me to repeat it again and again.
Ma'am, I have understood, but I want to say that reflexive and impacted pronoun is same. Third self or ourselves, like this.
Okay, now tell me, explain me
Just
then, Navya, like when we talk about reflexive pronoun, so and when we talk about emphatic pronoun, what are the difference between the two?
Impacted if we reflexive is that after in between in between a line, if it is a verb, that means reflexive, and after subject it is emphatic.
Okay. Okay, Navya. Now, beta, please concentrate. Okay, Navya? During the class, beta, don't look here and there. It's difficult for me to explain again and again the same thing. Okay? Okay, Navya. Good. So, when we talk about reflexive pronoun, we are going to come up with the subject first. Then we are going to come up with verb. And then we are going to come up with reflexive pronoun word. When we talk about emphatic pronoun, first we are going to use the subject, then we are going to use emphatic pronoun word. Clear? The emphatic pronoun, there is no word between subject and herself. There is no word. So this is the difference which is there between the two. Yes, Stuti?
Ma'am, can you go to previous slide?
Okay, okay, I'll go to that. Yeah, Charvi?
Ma'am, I don't understand the in self noun pronouns.
Emphatic pronoun.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. I'll just. Yeah, Stuti, tell me. This one you want me to explain you?
No, ma'am. The this next. Yes, ma'am. I hurt myself. We defended ourselves brilliantly.
Brilliantly. Then. Tell me what?
Ma'am, I hurt myself. We defended ourselves brilliantly. John takes to himself when he is nervous. I didn't understand the difference. This one and the relax
Okay, emphatic. This is reflexive. Okay, Stuti. Now I hurt myself. So I is what?
pronoun.
Okay, that's pronounced. That okay. But what it is when we talk about subject, I is what?
Uh,
I is
I
a
think that
I is a
singular.
it's singular, but it's a subject, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Hurt is what?
Hurt. Hurt is a verb.
Very good. So after subject, what is there? Verb. After verb, there is myself.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now this sentence. Read this last sentence, the example.
She herself went there.
Okay. Now she is what?
The pronoun.
But what it is? Is it a subject or a predicate? What?
It's a predicate. Subject.
It's a subject. Okay. So she is a subject. So after subject, which word is there?
Herself.
Herself. So what difference you found between the previous sentence and this sentence? What was missing in this sentence? What is missing in this sentence? Only she herself. In between this word, these two words, anything is missing.
Mm,
In this, there was a verb between subject and myself. First sentence.
I hurt myself.
The verb is there, na, between subject and myself.
Yes, ma'am.
But in this, there is a verb between she and herself.
No, ma'am.
This is the difference. When we
Okay,
talk
ma'am.
reflexive, verb will be there between the subject and the pronoun words, like reflexive pronoun words. But when we talk about emphatic, immediately after the subject only, you will come across like the pronoun words having self.
Okay, ma'am.
Clear now? Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Charvi, now have you understood beta emphatic pronoun? Or still any confusion?
No, ma'am, I understand.
Great. Anyone, any question later on? Don't tell me when I'll give you test link that, ma'am, I have not understood. I was not able to answer. Don't tell me that. Yes, Vanya.
Ma'am, can you explain me the difference between reflexive and
You said, no, I thought Charvi said. Sorry, yeah. Now, beta, the difference is, again, I'm repeating. Look at the screen. We are not going to look here and there. Look here. Look at the screen only.
Ma'am, your voice is low.
Vanya, you're wearing earphone, headphone, nothing. Na beta, next class you are going to wear, okay? Because I am quite loud. Okay? Now, Vanya, he hurts himself. Now, he is what? He is what?
He is a subject.
Hurts is what?
Verb.
Himself is there then. Yeah. First there is a subject, then there is a verb, and then there is a reflexive pronoun word, that is himself. Now the emphatic pronoun. Now look at the emphatic pronoun. She herself went there. So she is what?
She is subject.
Herself.
Ma'am, herself is emphatic pronoun.
So beta, Is there any verb between she and herself?
She and herself. No, ma'am.
And is there any verb between he and himself?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the difference.
Okay.
When we talk about reflexive, there will be verb between he and himself or herself or yourself, whatever it is. But when we talk about emphatic, immediately after the subject only, you will come across herself, himself, yourself, themselves.
Okay, ma'am. You are saying that in reflexive pronoun, there is a verb between the subject and the pronoun. And
Yeah.
in emphatic pronoun, there is not
No
there is no verbs or anything between pronoun and subject.
Yeah, very good. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Shreyan.
Ma'am, may I go to the washroom?
Okay, quickly come back. Okay. Now listen to me, everyone, very carefully. What I'll say, you're going to do that only. Don't come up with anything of your choice. Write one reflexive pronoun word and one emphatic pronoun word together. Together in chat.
Excuse me, ma'am.
I'll come to you, Shivan. 1 minute, please. Don't do that. First, you will write reflexive. Then after that, many students will send and then you will write emphatic. Please don't do that. In one only, in one message only, you are going to write reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun.
Ma'am, we have to write sentence or word.
Sentences. Okay? Okay, if you have done, please be on mute.
Ma'am, I'll log out and log in.
Oh, it's Dhruv. Okay, Dhruv, please write one emphatic and one reflexive together in chat. You have written only one. Oh, you have written.
No, I have little
What
reflexive solo. Each by himself and emphatic is he himself.
Okay. Okay, good, Shivan. Yeah. Okay, Navya. Good. There are ones who are writing the correct ones. Shriyan. Okay, Shriyan. Good. Dhruv Ganesh, beta, both the sentences you have written reflexive. Both the sentences are having subject, verb, and then the reflexive pronoun word. You need to come up with one emphatic even, please. Please write one emphatic. Okay, Sneha. Okay, Dhruv. Okay, you have come up with verb. Okay, Udita. Now, one year again you have written.
No, ma'am, this time I have written enjoyed and yourself.
But I enjoyed ED, not D.
Okay.
Everyone has written. Anyone left? Let me check. Stuti, you have written, na? Okay.
Yes, ma'am, I've written.
Sneha, I can't see you. Okay, good, everyone. So I think this concept is clear.
Yes, ma'am.